Oh my God, what a difference a day makes. It's almost 70 degrees outside today and it's sunny. Yesterday it was absolutely freezing cold and so windy that I just gave up and went in. So today I got some David Austin bare root roses came yesterday. So I want to get those in the ground today. They've been soaking overnight. You want to at least soak them for 2 hours, bare root roses. Rehydrates the roots and stuff. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to put them in these 2 containers that I have. I'm going to remove the perennials that are in them. We'll repot them up and see if they're alive. I'm not quite sure if they're alive even. And we're going to get some other stuff done today. While it's nice, because tomorrow it's supposed to be freezing cold again. We just can't win. Like, you know what they say in New England, like wait a day and the weather will change. So let's get these bare root roses planted. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the perennials that are in there. I already took the perennials out of that one, started to loosen up the dirt a little bit. I have some rose tone here. I have the mycorrhizae fungi that they send, David Austin sends. I've got some potting mix because these containers will probably need a little bit of zhuzhing up. And let me show you how to plant a bare root rose. Now, I did originally do a whole video on this about a year ago, a little less than a year ago. And that day it was insanely windy and freezing cold. Even I can't hear half of what I'm saying. So hopefully this will be a little bit clearer. So let's first get this container cleaned out. And like I said, I'm not going to throw these perennials away. I'm just going to throw them in the bucket for right now and pot them up to see if they grow. So this was a Rebecca of some sort. And I also had a little Buddleia here. Like I said, I'm not sure if these are really alive or not. And this is a Russian sage. And I think these are alive, actually. This one is, I think, denim and lace. Yeah, denim and lace. So that's a pretty good root system, I think. All right, so we're gonna obviously have to make some room here. All right, let's put these in with the other ones so we can use this bucket. Oh my God, it's so nice to be able to not have to voice over. All right, so I'm going to take some of the dirt out of here. So we have some room for our rose. This is a pretty decent root system on these things. I'll show you in a minute. Okay. Let's see if we've made enough room. So what do I have here? Like I said, I have rose tone, I have Espoma container mix, potting mix, and David Austin sends. Okay, so David Austin sends this mycorrhizal fungi with the bare root roses when you order them, or I ordered this to go with it, and it helps to establish roses. You sprinkle it on the roots. So let me show you the bare root roses and let's try and get these planted. So this is a bare root rose. You can see, I think you can see, there are grow tips, buds all over this. It's really healthy. This is Eustacia Vye. It's the same one I planted last year. So we're going to plant this up to, whoops, hang on. We're going to plant this right up to the graft bud union. So what do you want to do? You want your rose, they're kind of almost octopus-like. So you want to spread these roots out like this and volcano basically underneath it. So you want to build the dirt up underneath. First, we're gonna sprinkle the roots. If I can open the package. Okay, we have our fungi. We're going to sprinkle it on the roots. And the roots are wet, so the fungi is going to actually adhere to this. This is more than enough for the 2 roses that I have. So again, like I said, we're going to build up underneath this rose. So it's sitting like this. And we want to build up underneath it. So the entire root system is supported. You don't want any gaps there. Okay. Now, it does help, to put a stick maybe across there. So you want to be, your stick should be where the top of the plant is going to be in the ground. So I can see I have this actually a little bit too low. Let's see, this tag is kind of in the way. Yeah, we're a little low, so let's raise this up. Okay, I mean, I took a lot of dirt out of here. So let's try and raise this up a little bit. See where we're at. That's a good level. Okay, so again, I'm just making sure that underneath my roots, I don't have a hole underneath that root system. I'm going to pat this down. I am going to water it in so I can make sure that I don't have any gaps. And while that water's sinking in, I'll do the other one. Okay, helps to make it straight. All right, let's get some water here. We've got the other one right here. Let's get some of our water. Let that sink in. That way we can make sure we don't have any air holes. Because then, as things settle, you don't want air holes underneath your plants because then the plants can't do anything. Okay, let's do the other one. And I think based on what I just saw, I probably don't need to stick this down quite as far as I thought. These are huge containers. I got them from the Pottery Barn last year. I actually really like them. You'll remember last year I had gladiolas in them. The reason I'm putting the roses in, oh, I forgot to sprinkle this one. That was so silly. I'm busy talking to you guys and I'm not paying attention. The reason I'm putting them in containers is because I'm having so much trouble with bowls, which I know you've heard me say a million times. And I'm hoping this way I can protect them because they do seem to go after the roses. Okay. Let's try and get that in the middle. Get this dirt underneath it. Again, I'm going to water that down. Okay, and then I'm going to continue to fill these up. I'm going to put some rose tone, which I guarantee I can't do with my gloves on. I'm just going to put a handful in there. If you don't have rose tone, you could use plant tone. You could use biotone. Of course, these containers, like I said, are totally not level at all. I like to leave the tags on. Let's see where we're at. And of course, we'll water it again. And the one I did last year is growing really well. I actually did put it in the ground. I really mulched it up over the winter, and it did really well. I love this Eustacia Vye. It's a gorgeous pinky apricot, sweet smelling rose. Let's get that one going. I'm already filthy. Whoever tells you gardening is not a dirty job is being very foolish. I'm not telling you the truth, because it's a dirty job. We're not looking super pretty and all that kind of stuff. All right, this one in. It looks like I got these in the center of these containers. Let's hope. Yeah, they look pretty good. Get the dirt a little level. I could use a little bit more dirt. I may put some annuals in here, you know, maybe some pansies or something. Actually, now that I think about it, I have some daffodils that I need to pull out where my greenhouse is going. So maybe what I'll do is pop them in here for now. Okay, I think we're good. I'll put these ones that I pulled out in containers, and I will see if they're alive. Let's give these a nice drink. The nice thing with bare root roses, they really do establish, you know, very quickly. It allows you to get things, you know, that you can't always find at your local garden centers. And I will say they come in amazing condition. And you can get bare root roses from most any rose, reputable rose company. So obviously there's no other trimming that needs to be done on these. There's no crossing branches at this point. Obviously they cut these things all the way down. So when they're shipping them, you know, they come in a plastic bag with, you know, wet roots. Obviously you don't want, you know, thorns and branches breaking all over the place. So it's just that simple. So we're like I said, we've got our thing, got our little stick. We're at the right height. We're good to go. Let's go on to the next project while we have some sun. The next project. So in order to put my new greenhouse in, I have to dig up 3 pretty good size Let's Dance Big Band hydrangeas. They're growing already. I see growth points on them. So temporarily, because they're going to go back in the ground, I just can't get them in right now because we have to redo that bed. But you can see, this is a pretty good sized root ball. So temporarily, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them in these grow bags. I find grow bags work really well. I use them. I moved from one house to the other. I took a lot of shrubs and a lot of perennials, a lot of plants. They did fine in the grow bags for days and days. Now, this is a smooth hydrangea. It doesn't require pruning. And this is brand new. I only put it in last year. I'm amazed how much it grew. So I'm just going to fill in, because I don't want the roots exposed. So I'm just going to take dirt and fill this bag up. I moved it over here next to this little hoop house so we can put it in there, because I don't want to bring it inside. So I'm just going to use, whatever soil I have, because these bags, these are 10-gallon bags. They take a lot of soil. So let's see what the best way is to do this. Like I said, I find this a really, I find it a really good way to store plants temporarily. So we're just going to fill it up. I'm going to water it. I'll put in some, again, hydrangeas. You can fertilize them with rose tone. These don't have to be straight, even. I just don't want the roots exposed. And like I said, then I'm going to put them in the hoop house after I water them. Before I water them, so they're not so heavy. I'm not looking to, plant this. I'm just looking to keep the roots covered until I have time to repot it. So I have 3 of these that I'm going to do. And then we're going to get those plants the perennials that I dug up out of the other containers where I've just put the roses. We're going to just pot those up, same thing. Probably won't do them in grow bags. These are pretty big. Like I said, they take a lot of soil. I have a million extra pots. I'll probably just pot them up for right now. And then I'm going to just get back to some regular cleanup because my yard really needs a lot of cleanup. So let me get these all finished. But I think you get the idea of what to do. It's great. They have handles. They're easy to move around. They're easy to transport. If you're moving and you want to take, your favorite, herbaceous peony, it's an easy way to do it. I hope that's helpful.